Someone clean up this mess. Where's the janitor? The voice echoed down the hallway like it owned the walls. General Marcus stood with a coffee stain spreading across his dress blues, irritation rising in his voice. Officers moved quickly around him, eager to avoid his scowl. Down the corridor, Elena turned without a word, mop bucket in hand, dark navy coveralls clean but unremarkable. No one looked twice. She was invisible. The cleaner. Background noise in a building full of power. And that's exactly how she preferred it. She moved swiftly but quietly, cleaning up the coffee trail outside room 47B, one of the Pentagon's many restricted doors. She wasn't supposed to be there. Cleaners didn't belong near classified briefings, but the stain had been reported and protocol rarely applied to floors. Inside the briefing room, tension ran high. Top-ranking officials from multiple countries sat around a long table. A folder marked classified lay open, its contents impossible to decode. It's useless, one officer groaned. 3 dialects, half handwritten. We need a linguist, not a guess. The translators delayed in transit, someone added. They're stuck at Quantico. General Marcus snapped the folder shut, eyes narrowing. We don't have time. This could be a launch protocol. We either figure it out now, or we risk a full-scale breach. Just outside the door, Elena paused her mop mid-swipe. Her eyes drifted toward the barely open door. A phrase from the paper had echoed clearly enough for her to catch. And she recognized it. Every word. A security guard outside the room chuckled. Maybe someone should just run this through Google Translate. It's not Google Translate material, a voice said behind him, calm and low. He turned. Elena was standing there, her hands at her sides, mop still in the bucket. It's not just Farsi, she continued. It's a dialect of Dari, northern regional military form. The Pashto section includes embedded time markers, not location references. And the Russian section, it's old-school cipher. Whoever wrote this wanted it understood by only a very specific kind of reader. The guard blinked. What did you just say? Before he could process it, the door opened. General Marcus stepped into the hallway, folder in hand, face hard as stone. He stared at Elena, then at the mop bucket. What's going on here? Elena stood tall, though she was half his rank and not in uniform. Sir, she said, if you give me 10 minutes, a pen and quiet, I can tell you exactly what that file says. You've got an intercept window closing in under 90 minutes. He frowned. And you are? Elena Vostrikov, civilian contractor. On record, I'm a maintenance lead for East Wing Sanitation. Off record, I'm a former NATO linguistics analyst. 7 languages. Worked counter-intel until 3 years ago. Why did you leave? My brother was KIA in Kandahar. I wanted to stay close to the flag, but not too close to the war. The general stared at her for a long moment. Then he handed her the folder. Inside the room, time slowed. Aides and analysts watched in stunned silence as she flipped through the pages, switching languages without pause. She translated line by line, sketching out coded references, noting dialect shifts with pinpoint accuracy. She corrected 2 earlier assumptions from the CIA rep at the table. Her notepad filled quickly, no stuttering, no hesitation. This isn't a launch directive, she said at last. It's a map, an intercept point. Someone's trying to retrieve stolen satellite data using a decoy signal. Can you pinpoint the location? Already have, she said, sliding the note across the table. General Marcus looked at the paper, then at her, then back at the silent room. Why didn't anyone know who she was, he asked. A young aide shifted nervously. She's just always been here. We never asked. Marcus looked at her again, really looked this time. You're not just a cleaner. No, sir, she said. I'm someone who pays attention. They gave her full clearance that same day, her own badge, a desk, a place at the table. But Elena never asked for promotion or praise. She returned the next morning in the same navy coveralls, still walked the halls like a ghost, still carried her mop bucket. But now, when people saw her coming, they stood a little straighter. They nodded. They knew. Because the smartest person in the room isn't always the one holding the folder. It's the one no one ever thought to ask. Before we wrap up, we'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your city or country in the comments, and let's see how far this story has reached. If this story touched you, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button and drop a karma in the comments below.